Welcome everybody to Rob's MetalWorks. We are here continuing our work at the 4th Annual Chingon Fest. And man, what a great pleasure it is to meet up with the headliners tonight. I have with me Paolo and Steve of the band Within the Ruins. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's been a long time coming.
Hey Rob, how you doing? Thanks for having us.
What's up, man? Good to be here.
Steve, great to see you, man. You guys are hometown boys, and you know, it's great to see how you guys have continued to evolve and develop as musicians, because I don't want to talk that much about it, but I was a big fan of Silence the Messenger and the things that you guys did with that band. I still jam those records, believe it or not. And,
oh, cool. Thanks, man.
And, you know, this past year we had Limas on the show, so we talked a little bit about Silence the Messenger. Yeah, Fernie's doing good, man. He's doing good. Yeah, he's staying busy with his thing. I'll tell you a little story about him after we finish, but great to have you guys here. I know you guys played Austin last night. How was that?
It's awesome.
I heard about it.
Austin's always a fun time. It was with the dudes in Impending Doom. Packed house. Everybody had a really good time. It was fun. No issues. Really good time.
It was.
We're recovering.
Yeah,
we're recovering. Let's put it that way.
I don't go to Come and Take It probably as often as I should, because every time I go there, something fucking weird happens to me in that club. I don't know, a lot of weird people.
I mean, Austin is Austin for a reason, baby. You know what I mean? So, no, but it was really cool. I mean, Come and Take It Live is a fantastic venue. We've been friends with Anthony Stevenson for years and years and years, when he was still booking over on Dirty Dog on 6th Street.
Dirty Dog.
So,
congrats on the 14th anniversary.
Very accommodating, and it was a great show.
Yeah. Did you guys? I know you guys were like direct support for Impending Doom.
Right.
How long did y'all play last night?
We played for 45 minutes.
Wow, that's a good set.
Yeah, really good.
That's good.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And before we start talking about what's happening here in the now, I want to talk about Blackheart a little bit, because obviously I didn't get a chance to talk to you about that record. And for me, that record really was really the record that I fell in love with the band with. You know, I really love that record. Looking back at it now, it's been almost 3 years since that record came. Almost.
It's weird to think about, but it was Thanksgiving. It was like Black Friday when it came out.
How do you kind of feel, or what do you feel that record kind of did for the band? Because I know, Steve, that was your first recording with the band.
Yeah.
But Paolo, you had been there.
It wasn't the first recording. We had put out 2 singles, Well Done and Resurgence, in 2018.
Yeah.
When you've been in the band for like. You just got into the band,
like
so this was our time to kind of showcase Steve and see what he brought to the table. But we were all friends for like over 10 years now, so there wasn't any weird chemistry we had to go through. And I've obviously, our time in Silence the Messenger, I know exactly how Steve works and how he does things, and I knew that his like range and capability would like only like accompany like our sound like well, you know what I mean? So, but Blackheart is definitely very, very special for all of us, and Steve will talk to more about that. But when it came out, it was difficult because music was shut down for everybody. It was locked down, and we were supposed to be really busy that year, and we had to delay the release a little bit because we didn't know when it would be an opportune time to do it. And also it kind of sucks because we weren't able to like play any shows or tour off of that album cycle, and now that's been long past. So we're trying to like still add stuff into our set from that, even though like hopefully people were like familiar with it and everything like that. So, but he'll talk to you more about like the albums.
Sure. Did you guys like? I remember at that time there were a lot of bands too who released records in that year and weren't able to support, but had also committed like a lot of resources to merch and stuff like that.
For sure.
That really hurt them financially too.
Yeah, it was one of those like every band was either putting stuff out just to keep moving, or they had stuff and they were sitting on it until everything was done. You just picked one way or the other, and we just were like, let's just put it out, because we had those singles that you said like, that I did, but we're like, nah, we've got the album ready to go. Let's put it out and not waste any more time, because there's already a decent enough gap between like from Halfway Human until that. Like, it's new album time. Let's do it. Let's not waste any more time.
Did you have to audition?
No.
And I don't mean that in like we knew like this guy's a good fit. But
no, I don't mean that in like a patting myself on the back kind of way. But it was just like I said, we've known the guy for over 10 years. Probably like 2009, I think, is when we first met. So
it was also like a kind of an emergency situation because
true.
our previous singer Tim kind of got sick like halfway in our headliner, and he had to fly home, to like recover and stuff like that. And we were left without a singer, obviously. And it was halfway into our headlining tour in 2017. At the end of 2017.
Yeah, at the end of because it was like.
And then Joe and I were sitting in the van. We're like, oh man, who do we know that's a singer? And then obviously, like I was like, well, I know Steve's at home for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we immediately like hit him up, and we flew him as soon as we could to pick everything back up. And it was a little bit stressful for Steve because he was only familiar with a few of the songs. He made a binder with all of the lyrics of our headlining set, and for like the first week and a half it was like kind of karaoke style where he had the binder on like the monitor
open in front of everybody,
and he was like singing and just flipping through and reading the lyrics and stuff.
I
mean, the crowd was really like positively responsive to that, and they were like, you're doing a great job, just keep going, blah 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 blah. So it was really, really cool. And after that like tour has ended, we were just like, well, hey, I think save us the trouble. I mean, you did 6, so
you hit the ground running.
Basically,
pretty much.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah, and it took a little convincing on my end because Silence the Messenger was done at that point, and so I was like, maybe I had my time, maybe that was it, and if I finished it off by doing a tour with those dudes, and that would be a cool way to go out. But eventually, like,
I felt I owed it to you, man. Like me jumping into like Within the Ruins and still trying to like get with Silence the Messenger stuff. Like I know that the dudes still had a little bit left in it, but like some of them just kind of were like, it's time to move on or whatever. But I'm like, I know Steve's still. We need to get that fire back because I know that he's
fire.
Silence the Messenger was like both of our babies for like years and years and years, and like music is definitely like one of his biggest passions, and I'm like, I know Steve wants to do this still.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Come on.
Yeah.
I got my arm twisted. A couple phone calls with Joe and then our manager Scott, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I would kick my own ass if I didn't do this.
Were you doing anything else at that time?
No, I was sitting at the gym when Joe called me and was like, hey man, remember when we stole your guitar player? And I was like, yes. Yes. And he's like, well, could we steal you? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. When?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, for a tour we're doing? I was like, okay, sure. When? And he's like, right now. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's, like I said, flew me out. I had my head in a binder, learning everything. And like I said, we've been friends with the guys for a long time, so I was familiar with the songs, but I didn't know every in and out. It's different when you're hanging out watching them versus like learning all the things. And so then after that tour, I was like, you know what, I should do this. So not really an audition process. I didn't fuck up enough
and the rest is
get thrown out.
History.
Yeah.
Let me ask you quickly something. Is Tim still around? How's he doing? Do y'all guys still talk to him?
Yeah, so Tim's still around. He actually owns a tattoo removal business.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because his wife, Nikki Simpson, who actually did my forearm piece, shout out Nikki Simpson.
Shut up.
She has her own tattoo studio up in Brooklyn, New York, and he has a laser tattoo removal called Gotham Tattoo Removal. So he's still, he's got his own business. He's working, and he just started a new band called Blood Throne, right? Yeah. So you guys look out for that too. It's Tim's new project. So he's definitely still doing the things. Yeah,
and there's no bad blood or anything.
No. We both left amicably because we knew it was like kind of
probably
time on like his end as well as ours. So we even had a farewell show with Tim where we had Steve and Tim like singing like on stage, like kind of like passing the torch. So that was a really special moment.
It was really
also.
cool.
Nice.
One of it was New England Metal Fest too, where we both shared a thing and we were both on stage at the same time. There's pictures of us like arm in arm around us. Like there's a totally cool passing of the torch, and he was like, it's like the situation is what it is, but I'm glad it's you. It's not some nobody that I don't trust. It's like it's you, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And so it was awesome. So we still talk all the time, and everything's awesome. It's good.
I tell all these young cats around here, man, this business is all about relationships.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Very much so.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about what's happening now in 2023. Okay. I saw you guys posted a little snippet of some recording.
A little snippet.
Talk a little bit about what you guys are doing in the studio.
That's about as much as I can talk right now, a little bit. Blackheart album cycle has ended, and we're now in the process of new album time.
Yeah.
I'll say it's going to be a very special one for a couple of reasons. Me personally, for the band, it's going to be a cool part of the catalog. I can't say it right now, but we're very excited about it. It's fun. Maybe if you could elaborate whatever you can.
Things are sounding good.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And whatever clips we have shared graciously for all of you people.
It's very strategic how we're
Very
sharing
strategic
things.
how we're
'cause
doing it.
For sure.
With everything going on. It's gonna come out right when it needs to, and the world is gonna enjoy it as much as we are enjoying making it. So for sure.
Yeah.
Can you say at this point, because I know how, just how the industry and how people digest music now has changed. Will you guys be releasing, is it the plan, like an LP, an EP, singles?
We'll definitely have singles released leading up to the release of the actual LP, and will be an LP. It's going to be a nice album. So
You'll get it when the time
we'll have
comes,
really
obviously.
good strategically picked singles that everyone will just be super stoked on once the album comes out. So yeah,
2024?
2024 is the plan. Yep.
We're-
Early, mid, late?
Mid.
Who knows?
Who's to say, man?
Who's to say? All right. At least we're getting a little scoop.
Yeah. There's a reason we can't talk about it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
but-
Is that because you guys still on E1 Music or no?
So E1 is now called Monarch Music Group.
Yeah.
Monarch Heavy.
And
so
there's Monarch Heavy, that's like
we
the
are,
sub
yeah. So
with
we
all
are
the heavier
still
bands and stuff on
still
it.
with them.
Still
Great
with them,
guys.
yeah. It has nothing to do with that. It's just more of like we don't want to spoil the
Sure.
concept surprise.
But nonetheless, they're going to get your music all around the world.
Oh yeah.
Where it
It'll be-
belongs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so
Absolutely.
cool, man.
Like always.
I did a little promo for this interview, and I was like, man, these guys really, within the ruins, really is San Antonio, part of San Antonio now.
Yeah.
Because of you two guys. So that's cool, man.
It is actually. Yeah.
So
and-
as Joe was saying, he's like, yeah, we got 2 home bases now.
Yeah.
2 home base.
The band split right down the middle. We got South Central Texas and we got Western Massachusetts now.
Two
So
different cultures too.
definitely. And for this little weekend, we decided to print a new T-shirt. Right, so we've got the Texas flag with the within the Ruins logo right in the middle.
And then a cool cattle.
I thought that was so cool.
There's a cool
man.
cattle skull one too. We
Yeah,
were
we
like,
got a cattle skull.
we were like,
thing,
let's
too.
embrace the
Yeah,
Texas
dude.
side and be like. And I told Joe too. I was like, man, you put a Texas flag on something, anybody's gonna just gravitate right towards it. Let's
Us
do it.
Texans
So
are very
that-
proud to be Texans.
very proud.
so.
Yeah. So.
proud.
So yeah, we
Yeah,
did
man.
some specific Texas merch just for this. So it's cool to have the band have like 2 homes now.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
And really, that's kind of what this whole Chingon Fest really is about, celebrating the culture of San Antonio and, drinking beer and the hot sun and eating tacos and corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Hey,
it's all about
in a cup.
I love it.
people smoking weed out there, whatever.
Do your
It's all
thing.
part of the culture.
Yeah, do your thing.
It's all good, man. You guys are doing this, couple of shows here. What does the rest of this year hold as far as shows? Will you do any more?
I don't think I know anything like in the immediate future. There's still stuff that we can plan like around doing or whatever, but definitely the main goal is to like keep working on this record and have it ready to go by next year. So we'll be doing a lot of traveling up to the Northeast because our studio's up there and everything. So that's as much as I know.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything shows-wise planned, at least for the rest of the year. If something pops up, you never know.
Maybe.
Don't say never. But right now, it's focusing on new album time. Really trying to put a lot of detailed work into what this is going to be. So that's the main focus. This is just a cool opportunity that popped up, and they're like, "You guys are always flying up there. Let's come down there and make the logistics work and have a fun little Texas weekend." So
Sure. You alluded to something right quick that I was remiss not to ask, and I know how savvy you guys are in the studio and what you do musically on the back end, but this new music, you'll be recording it yourself?
Yeah, so what we've been doing for the longest time really is like Joe actually has a studio like at home, so we record all of our own stuff and we get it sent out to our longtime friend Josh Wickman to like mix and master.
Yeah, he's done
and he's been doing it since the like Invade album, 2009.
Yeah, I think
long time relationship. So
great.
that's it's easier for us like on the creative end to like kind of do whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
Instead of
And it's cool because the label's actually very on board with us doing it at our own
Yeah,
pace. They're
yeah.
like, no rush. We know you're going to deliver the product. We're not worried about that. Just whenever. We kind of have a timeline now of when we want to put it out, but they're always like, we trust you guys. Do what you got to do. There's no like No hurry or
It's
pressure.
a really
or anything.
great relationship, really.
Yeah,
Like,
and
we
it's
couldn't be.
Yeah, we have a great
That's
relationship
cool.
with them, and it's great because since we are flying out every once in a while to do it, then we can sit on the songs that we knock out, listen to them, make changes, have more thoughts on them instead of being in a studio for a month and then just that's what you get.
Right.
We get to go knock out 2 or 3 at a time and sit on those and
Right.
make changes if we wanted to. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So it actually kind of works out in our favor.
So when you're sitting at home contemplating and sitting on them, you're like, man, I think we need to change this.
Yeah,
or
I
do
should have done.
this."
I've actually already done it. There was
Yeah.
one of the first sessions. I just changed a couple words.
Yeah.
It's small stuff, but it's like, you know what, man? The more I think about it,
As he flies up to record vocals with Joe, like I have a home studio as well, and I record all my bass parts at home. You know, make sure they're all nice and crisp, and then I send it over to Joe
Yeah.
so that he can put it in the mix and everything. So it's been a really good triangle of everyone being proactive with it. You know, so it's been really cool.
yeah, it's great. Everything.
I've seen your videos too, man. Doing your thing. Yeah. Great.
Compared to like back in the day, what we would like STM used to be in just one of those garage bands. We'd had a storage unit where we would practice. We wrote all the
Oh,
Achilles,
God.
all of Achilles, and like the Buried EP. We all wrote in a storage unit where we'd have to all be together in one room, like playing it over and over and over. Now it's just put it in the Dropbox and we'll figure it out.
Exactly.
So much easier now.
Yeah. Don't you love technology?
Love it.
Oh
I
God.
wish we had this literally when we were
Yeah.
younger, man. It makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
It does. Gentlemen, thank you so much for this chat. I've kept you guys long enough. Any last words? Anything I missed that you want to share for people around the world who'll watch this interview?
Just be on the lookout for that new album, man. 2024. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, same. Great Texas weekend. Happy to be here with you, my friend.
Thank you.
Look out for that album. It's going to be a doozy.
Remember,
We're pumped for it.
everybody, we are here at the Chingon Fest. You saw Within the Ruins right here on Rob's Metalworks.